If you travel, this is a really important video for you to watch. If you've ever handled your suitcase without thinking twice, casually brought it into your room or your house and just popped it wherever you did, picked up a snack and ate after bringing your luggage from point A to point B, you need to stop what you're doing and hear what I'm about to say. According to an article that came out in Travel and Leisure, your suitcase is 58 times dirtier than a public toilet seat. Let's break this down and talk about what you need to know. So in this video, we're going to talk about the study that was conducted, what they found, the dirtiest parts of your suitcase, as well as what you can do to clean them and how you can protect yourself. Give this video a thumbs up if you love to travel. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. And I just wanted to let you know that this video is brought to you by our sister company, Makers Clean, where we sell our premium microfiber cleaning tools and so much more. The study was conducted by Insure and Go in partnership with microbiologist Amy May Pointer. They swabbed 10 different suitcases, both hard and soft shell, at a London train station. For comparison, they also swabbed a public toilet seat and a flusher. Their goal? To quantify just how germy our luggage gets. So take a guess, what was the germiest part of the suitcase? If you guessed wheels, you are absolutely correct. They found that suitcase wheels had about 400 colony-forming units per 3 centimeters square. And when they compared this to the toilet seat, that was nearly 58 times more bacteria than what they found there. Suitcase bases came in second at around 350 colony-forming units, still massively higher than a public toilet seat. Now, suitcase handles showed 280 colony-forming units, which is approximately 40 times more bacteria than a public toilet seat. I mean, if you think about it, you're going through a large public space where people are stepping in and out of public bathrooms, mud, sand, snow, dirt. The suitcase might have run through a dirty puddle of sewage. I mean, you don't know, you weren't there, but their suitcase was, and now your suitcase is going through it. It's really gross. So when you think about that, and then you roll your suitcase into your hotel room, your beautiful Airbnb, or even your own bedroom, when you are ready to unpack, you are taking that entire universe, that entire ecosystem of germs right there with you. Let's talk about the charcuterie board of germs that were found when these swabs were done, shall we? Let's start off with Staphylococcus. You know this as staph, that's its casual name, you know, the name it gives when it's making a dinner rezo. And this can cause everything from skin irritations, boils, impetigo, and even food poisoning in some strains. Next up, Serratia Marcescens. Trust me, I had to use Google to help me with that one. And that can be found in moist environments like bathrooms and can occasionally cause infections. Then we've got Bacillus species, which are known to cause foodborne illnesses. Very discouraging when we think about just a quick grab-and-go snack from the airport. They also found Aspergillus, Niger, and Penicillium molds, which is a common outdoor mold that can be linked to musty odors and allergies. No thank you. And of course, our old friend, presumptive coliforms. You know it, I know it, everyone knows it. It's fecal matter. And it can come from bird droppings or public restroom floors. So here's why this matters. Look, it's all fun and games when I'm struggling trying to speak Latin, describing different types of bacteria and mold to you. But really, the way this nets out is it can cause some serious health effects for the traveler. So they found that 38% of travelers regularly put their suitcases on a bed or table. And these are surfaces that we are sleeping on and eating on, of course, which means that the risk of transferring these germs is quite high, and that can make us sick. Now, when it comes to choosing your luggage, they found that soft shell luggage is more likely to retain moisture than hard shell luggage, like this. So what that means for you is when you're picking your luggage, you want to choose something that's easy to wipe down and that isn't as ripe for molds and germs to make a cozy little home while you are on a fun trip. And when it comes to the handles and grips of your suitcase, you might not think twice about these. It's just another thing that you're touching throughout your day. But this is an area where you've got baggage handlers handling them, you've got other people mistakenly picking them up, They are also exposed to all of the other germs that we have talked about. This is an area that also needs to be cleaned. And when you're touching these, you want to make sure that you're washing your hands before touching your face, eating food, or drinking. So with all of this information at hand, the microbiologist pointed out some great ways that you can keep your luggage clean and keep yourself safe. Let's review them so that the next time you travel, you're not going to encounter any of these issues. And I do want to remind you that even microbiologists know that there's a healthy amount of germs and bacteria that your immune system needs to be exposed to, and I'm certainly not saying go crazy and disinfect everything all the time. I just want you to be aware of this stuff so that when you travel, you don't have to worry about potentially getting sick over something that was easily preventable. Her first recommendation is to never place your luggage on a bed or a table. Instead, use a luggage rack or keep it on the floor. Now, I take this a step further because I personally find luggage very disgusting and I don't want it anywhere close to anything that I sleep or eat on. In fact, when we were shooting this video, my team asked if it was okay if I could have this suitcase on the rug because they knew how strongly I felt about that. And truthfully, I was willing to make an exception just for this video. But if we weren't filming, this would have been done at my front door. This is a great piece of advice that she gives, and it's quite simply to avoid rolling through anything that looks gross. For example, a puddle or a mysterious wet spot, or even a public bathroom. Now, of course, some of this is unavoidable, but if you can avoid it, for example, if you're traveling with a friend, just leave your luggage outside the bathroom with your friend while you go in and do your business so that you don't have to pick up any extra duty-free treats, if you know what I'm saying. She also recommends washing your hands after handling your luggage, and I think this is just great advice. If we know that our luggage is 58 times dirtier than an average toilet seat and we wash our hands after we go to the bathroom, I think this just makes perfect logical sense. She also recommends to clean your suitcase after each trip, and quite frankly, I have never, ever cleaned this suitcase. So if you haven't cleaned your suitcase either, don't feel bad. But honestly, after reading this article and doing this video, I think I'm gonna change my ways because I feel pretty disgusted, even though I do store my luggage in my basement. I am just really grossed out. So what she recommends is to use a dry brush to sort of clean the wheels. And I think that this is just good general practice from a maintenance standpoint, putting germs aside. You know, when you're rolling through an airport and the wheels jam up, it's often because they have debris stuck in them. So you can loosen debris and then you can sort of clean the wheels even with a disinfecting wipe or some soapy water. You can also use the same technique to clean the hard shell exterior of your luggage. If you have a soft shell suitcase and you want to disinfect it or really deal with some of the bacteria or germs that you're worried about, you can use a steamer and you can blast it with steam. When it comes to the extendable handles, regular handles, and other hardware that you find on your suitcase, you can use soapy water or a disinfecting wipe to deal with that as well. And another thing to consider is to use a bag cover if you want to spend money on that, or even just a plastic bag or a garbage bag, and you can sort of store the base and the wheels of the suitcase in there when you're not using it. I'm also going to add in a couple of other maintenance tips for your suitcase, just some things that are best practices so that your suitcase can last you a really long time. After you've unpacked your bag, take it outside and give it a good shake. If the weather is not cooperative, then you might just want to get a vacuum with a brush attachment and give it a quick vacuum to remove any debris, sand, dirt, anything like that. It's also a good idea to let your suitcase sit open for a day or two before you close it up. And that's just to give it the opportunity to air out. The other thing I do is I store all of my travel gear together. So if I have a luggage scale, packing cubes, anything along those lines, I will keep all of that stuff in my suitcase so I don't have to look around for it. And finally, you might want to put some sort of a moisture absorber in your suitcase just so that it doesn't develop a musty odor. These are very easy to find. They're those desiccant packages. You can get them on Amazon. I've got a link to some down below. So I'll put a link to this article in the description box below so you can check it out, along with some Amazon links to some of the products that I mentioned or used in this video in case you're curious. I don't want to freak you out. More than anything, this is about awareness and how you can keep yourself healthy before, during, and after a trip. And that brings me to this week's comment question, which is, where is your next trip or dream trip? I will tell you that the next trip I have scheduled is to Turks and Caicos next year. So that's something for me to look forward to. And where I would like to go, dream trip for me has always been Australia, despite the fact that they have absolutely massive spiders. I think the pros outweigh the cons. But let me know where you'd like to go in the comments down below. And if you found this video about cleaning your luggage interesting, you might be interested in learning 16 secrets of super clean people. Try saying that one 3 times fast. You can check that video out right over here. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.